And Bream looks at the positives and negatives of a potential Gingrich plan and what it would mean for the judiciary branch.
I would be prepared to take on the judiciary if, in fact, it did not restrict itself in what it was doing.
Thursday's Fox GOP debate has sparked a heated discussion about just how far 2012 contender Newt Gingrich may be willing to go. He's called the federal judiciary grotesquely dictatorial, even pledging if he becomes president that he'll simply ignore decisions rendered by the Supreme Court if they don't match with his interpretation of the Constitution and what the founders intended for the U.S. judicial system.
The judges have been much too aggressive. They've imposed a secularism. Now they're reaching into national security in ways that are a threat to the safety of the country.
In a 28-page position paper, Gingrich outlines his arguments in favor of reining in federal judges, including more impeachment proceedings, requiring judges to appear before Congress to explain how they reached a particular decision, and in some cases, abolishing courts altogether.
Because what he's suggesting is a very, very important change in the direction of how we deal with the courts acting more like legislatures than like courts. And I think it's extremely important to rebalance the system.
While many of Gingrich's critics agree with that position, they object to his solutions on two fronts. First, their belief that his inaccurate reading of the Constitution and Federalist Papers has led to an unwarranted assault on the judiciary.
The problem with that is that's the system that the framers gave us. So if you're going to attack it, you're really attacking the framers.
And secondly, that his methods simply won't work.
What Newt Gingrich is instead proposing are feel-good measures that will not accomplish anything and that will ignite a firestorm and I think would ultimately undermine his ability to get done what he ought to be able to get done through the nomination process.
Some conservatives also argue that courts are often a check against a legislative branch advocating for more regulation and intervention, meaning they may present the only defense to conservatives' truest enemy, bigger government. In Washington, Shannon Green, Fox News.
The Supreme Court today announced it will hear arguments on the constitutionality of President Obama's health care law over a 3-day period.